with it, but there's so much. This family, I'm biased, is so great. You guys have done so many great things that I have just a microscopic amount of them that I picked out, one to talk about. So I have a cheat sheet with me. And first of all, let me thank you for coming. All of you who came to fair distances. And the other thing I would say that today here, I can feel with us, and perhaps you do as well as you reflect on it, I feel Jean Lascalzo Canning's spirit.
Amen.
And she's looking down upon us and she's saying, look at that kid. Wow, have they gotten big? So,
Here.
All the grandchildren. So, she is with us today on a serious note. On a less serious note, I would say I'm happy, really, that we're having this celebration in my honor rather than in my memory.
Good point.
I suppose we'll have that memory thing later on. I hope it's much later, but at any rate. And I thanks to everybody, my sons, daughters, their spouses, who helped put this thing together. And it's very, very kind, and it's just a reflection of the things that this family and many other families represented here do, and that's the strength of this country. There was a famous comedian, the adults here would remember him from the 50s, Harry's 60s, maybe into the 70s, a great TV personality named Jackie Gleason. You remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Kids,
sure.
This is an important guy. You'll see him on replays. And he used to say, when he was pleased, how sweet it is. How sweet it is. And I would say to you today, how sweet it is because of the support that I've gotten from a large, as things go, and a loving family. Large and loving. It's hard to combine both those things. And we have it. And you know, I've been around so long that I've seen, and some other people, some adults here, I've seen words come into our language, phrases, expressions, slang, excuse me, and some of those leave our language and be replaced by other words and expressions and slang. And so I was with my broker, excuse me, at Merrill Lynch recently, and I walked in. He said, "How are you doing?" I said, "I'm good. Thanks for asking." Thank you. And I said to him, in fact, I'm real good because I've got all my marbles. And this is a young guy, and he's probably, like many people here, in his mid to late 40s. And I looked at him. I said, "Scott, you grew up in the Bronx, I grew up in Queens." "Right," he said. I said, "We went to the same school, we both graduated Fordham University." He said, "Right." And I said, you don't understand, you don't seem to get what I refer to." And he said, "I have no clue. What did you mean?" And I could see while he was looking at me that the financial wheels were going around in his brain, trying to search out, like, is this a new financial term that I should know and that this guy, my client, knows? And so I said, let me explain it to you. And I have all my marbles is a term that was common in, I guess, the era when I grew up. And you're roughly 40 years younger than me. I said, but nowadays, that's one of those words or expressions have gone out of the language. And now we have more sophisticated terms because, and you see it written, you hear it, people talk about people going into cognitive decline. Or people having, sadly, dementia, or even more sadly, people slipping into Alzheimer's. And so these are very sophisticated terms. What I was trying to express was that kind of thing to Scott, and I talked about having all my marbles. It didn't resonate. But it's important to see. Times change. We have to change with them. So, I want to switch for a minute to travel, because we're talking today, and I want to talk a little bit about family and about love that is engendered in tender love, in large, caring families. Gene and I had the opportunity, maybe 20 or so years ago, 25 years ago, to go with a group from St. Paul's in Princeton to visit some of the religious shrines in the Holy Land and a little bit in Jordan. And we were over there, and we were in the area of Galilee, and where the miracle of loaves and fish took place. And we stopped in a religious goods store, and they had a lot of really nice things, and I went for one of the low-price things. It was a T-shirt, but it caught my eye because on that T-shirt it had a special message. I'll give you the exact wording so we get it right. Here we go. Yeah, it said, "Love is like 5 loaves and 2 fish, always too little until you start giving it away." And I think a lot of adults here, I'm sure that all the adults have experienced that, because with your families and your spouse, we give love, but it's never depleted. The love comes back, and we have more than when we started, and that helps to make a vibrant life for you, your spouse, and your family. I love that T-shirt. I wear it every chance I get. It's pretty well worn out. Excuse me. Thank you. Now, love and family, that was serious, but love and family are described in less serious ways. And let me share with you some signs I saw recently in a store. These were about family, and it showed a couple of people talking, and it said, one is saying to the other, "If you met my family, you would understand."
Right, that's great. That's great.
And then another shows a couple and the kids, and they're all looking like slightly dysfunctional. And it says, the father's saying to the kids, and remember, as far as anyone knows, we are a nice, normal family. This is important, the persona that you present to the world. And then, love. Love is the subject of music and writing and plays. But let me talk about a sign I saw expressing real love. It said, "I love you more than bacon." That's important if someone loves bacon. If that was my sign, I would say, "I love you more than salmon-flavored cottage cheese." And I love you more than 2 cups of strong Colombian coffee.
What about caramels?
That's love. What?
Caramels, you like those?
No, that's other people. I think Sheila likes sophisticated stuff like that. So, I am surrounded by, and have been surrounded by, love and family. As I said before, you sustain me, you have sustained me, you energize me, particularly since Gene has been gone as a single. It's so helpful to have you guys and to go here and to go there and so on and so forth. So in closing, I would say to you this. Not my original, but I think it's true. Life is too short for drama and petty things. So, antidote, laugh insanely, love truly, and forgive quickly. And the takeaway message here, boys and girls, is live your lives, plural, so the preacher won't have to stretch the truth at your funeral.
Amen.
Wow.
Thank you all. Manja, let's celebrate.
Cheers.